Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. There is nothing better than seeing a mother's reaction to seeing their son cut his hair after 5 years. Guys, stick around. This is going to be a super dope transformation. I appreciate my coworker allowing me to transform her son and trusting me to do this haircut. I know I've been cutting for hair for almost 10 years, but still, something like this, you want to make sure you take your time doing. You want to make sure that you give the result that the client wants, because he's literally transforming himself, right? So what we went ahead and did was, he wanted to do a mohawk, faded texture top. So yeah, what I went ahead and did right here was I sectioned out the hair to get rid of the bulk on the sides to create my, basically like my foundation. So right here, I'm just doing some clip over comb action. I did wet the hair up top to section that off. And then right away, I'm gonna take a number 4 guard and just go straight into it to start removing that bulk. Now, there's 1,000 ways to draw a picture, guys, as long as you get the same result, correct? This is not a textbook transformation, meaning you're gonna see some things that I'm doing just because it's a technique that works for me, but I'm also gonna show you what I did. So again, this is a number 4 guard, and I'm just using my comb to feed into that guard. I'm using my Gamma Ergo clippers. It's gonna allow some bulk to stay behind, but we're gonna blend into that doing clipper over comb, and it's also gonna allow a little bit of a shelf for that long hair to sit on top, on the sides, if that makes any sense. And you'll see what I'm talking about as we get closer to the end result. So he did not want to go all the way bald on the sides. He wanted a number 1. I mean, I don't blame him. This is already drastic enough. So maybe eventually, you know, as he gets used to this haircut and transformation, he will want to go a little bit shorter the next time. But right here, this is number 1. We put it in the middle, and now we're working our way up. And then I'm gonna open the lever all the way right here and blend that in. The number guard that we're gonna use after this number 1 is a number 2 guard. And I'm just keeping that same shape as I created with the number 4 because it is a mohawk, so we're going towards the back. This is a number 2, lever all the way open. Hopefully y'all are enjoying this week. Right now it's 8:33 a.m. I just dropped my daughter off at school, and now we're here in the lab. So that number 2 guard, you want to start with the lever all the way open. Again, you're going to put it in the middle and then close it. And that's going to soften up that area a little bit, but it's also going to set you up for your 1.5 guard, as I'm using right here. Lever all the way open to remove whatever the number 2 left behind. And again, I'm still wanting to create some type of shelf and leave some bulk right around the top of his head. That way the mohawk has something to rest on. You don't want it to make it look like a actual mohawk, like a strip. You want to blend that in. And we kept it pretty wide as well. You're gonna see that texture top that we do at the end of this video. Add some hair product to it. It's gonna look fire. Yeah, that was his mom's reaction. She was super excited, and I asked if I could catch it on camera, and she was totally okay with it. So I appreciate you for letting me get that, because again, it means a lot to trust a barber to do something like this, especially to your baby boy. Alright, so now we're just doing some clipper over comb action just to blend that a little more in. Remove some of that darkness. And with the clipper over comb, you don't want to take the hair and go straight into it. You want to rest that bottom of the comb on the client's head, and you're going to pull the teeth towards you and then cut. So that's like a little bit of a rough draft. We're going to come back in detail, but I'm going to go ahead and work on this side and basically do the same exact steps as we did on the other side. Right here, I'm just doing something different. I'm taking the comb and I'm just brushing down the hair, combing down the hair, and I'm just taking this clipper and getting rid of that bulk. And you're gonna see a technique that I do with clipper over comb while cutting the top of his head as well. It's an easier and quickest way to remove some weight. You just got to be very careful. Like if you haven't done this type of technique, you definitely want to get down the basics of cutting hair and then go into something like that, because it's a little tricky and risky, but it does help out with timing and removing bulk. So same steps, guys. This is number 4. I went ahead and already parted it on this side, and we're keeping the middle long because again, we're gonna do a mohawk, but I'm gonna save everything in the middle to bring it to the sides. And I know what y'all are gonna be thinking. Oh, he gave him a bald spot. As soon as I saw it, I kind of freaked out inside, because I'm not gonna let the client know, yo, you got a bald spot, or I did that, right? It's something that he was born with, and what we did at the end was we just kind of covered it up a little bit with the hair on top, so it was still hidden. But I did not do that with the clipper. Alright, so right here we're just taking a comb and we're just removing a lot of this bulk. We want to take off quite a bit, a few inches. And this is just like me getting rid of the length, and then I'm going to go back and touch everything up. I did do some clipper over comb in the back as well, so you'll see that too. But I'm just trying to get this length out of the way, that way I can see exactly what I'm blending into. But that number 1 on the sides got that contrast into the darkness right around the top of his head into the mohawk. I just feel like it looks so clean. It's bold, but it's also not too skin. Like I said, I feel like once he starts getting this haircut more often, he'll want to go shorter on the sides, but I think a number 1 is good enough. So right here, I'm just pulling all the hair to the front, and I'm gonna go ahead and create that first guideline to travel all the way to the front. And again, guys, like, this may be cringy to some stylists or even barbers that are doing like sectioning of the hair and making sure that you're doing the I guess the textbook techniques. I just kind of do something that works for me, and again, there's 1,000 ways to draw a picture, and hopefully doing what I'm doing, showing you guys, you're able to take these tips and techniques that I'm doing and put it into your arsenal. So right here, guys, I already went ahead and combed everything to the front, created my first guideline, and now I'm just using that to trim the rest of the top of the hair. And you're gonna see it's gonna start blending in. We're gonna comb the hair to both sides and make sure that everything is even. But right now we're just removing a lot of the length. All right, so right here, clipper over comb, and you're gonna see that hair just blend right into the sides, right onto that shelf that I created in the beginning of this haircut. Guys, I'm not gonna be honest, it was a little nerve-wracking. It was nerve-wracking for him and myself, because you again, this client is trusting you to give him the haircut that he desires from 5 years of growing it out. So stepping out of your comfort zone, you definitely want to feel uncomfortable, but then again, that's why it just means that much more. Seeing the end result and seeing the haircut come to life, and you're telling yourself, man, I did that. Like, I really did a dope haircut and transformed this client and gave him the haircut that he wanted. So all right, so right here, guys, this is a technique I'm talking about. The clipper is on the whole time that I'm doing this, and I have seen this a long time ago in Texas next to an old school barber, but then I saw it again by my boy S-Craft Blends when I used to cut next to him at Headlines, and I was like, dude, I've seen this before. This OG barber right next to me used to do this, and after I saw him doing it, I started doing it more often because, again, guys, it's a technique that helps you get rid of bulk. But yeah, just be very careful when you're doing it because the clipper is on all the time. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and line them up, getting those crispy edges, and it's just gonna bring the haircut to life. We're gonna go ahead and add some product to the top, and look at this haircut, guys. Man, it came out so clean. I hope y'all enjoyed this transformation. And if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment. We're gonna get his reaction right now. Team Gifted, stay gifted.
Yeah. Like it? Yes, I do. Nice. I was gonna joke around with you and just say no. No! Put it back!
Yeah, man. You can rock it like no style or with product in it.
No, it looks great. Mom's gonna love it too.